Hello everyone. The idea of inductive bias is to generalize the learning system to identify the classification of newly incoming testing sample which is based upon the knowledge learned from the training samples. So which is overcoming the uh, disadvantage of biased free learning system which is based on candidate elimination assumptions. That means candidate elimination algorithm is using only the conjunction of attribute values for the hypothesis. It will not at all using disjunction of attributes of the given examples. So the idea is here to generalize the model to have that prior assumptions to overcome this two disadvantages of the biased free system. Because of that issue there is a possibility of misclassification in the given learning system. So the inductive biased learning system is defined based on inductive bias with inductive inference. So here the learning system L which is trained using the random set of training examples. So here the DC represents the learning outcome. That means the gaining knowledge from the given data set D is represented here number of samples and its corresponding target concept. After the training phase, consider the learning system receives the new testing sample xi that should be classified as a positive sample or negative sample. Here the learning system is uh, classification that is represented as learning system of xi new testing sample with respect to the gained knowledge during the training phase, which is assigned to new instance xi by the learning system L here, which is denoting the knowledge knowledge of the learned system DC used for classifying the new sample xi can be denoted as inductively inferred from the learned knowledge DC using the trained data set D. So which can be represented as learned knowledge from the data set D and with the new testing sample inductively inferred from the learning system to classify the new sample with respect to the data set knowledge, the gained knowledge from the training phase using the data set D. So this symbol is denoting inductively inferred from. Now we will see the example here. The instance A is having the target concept yes, so which is predicting, which is predicting based upon the inductively inferred from the earlier specific hypothesis which is learned during the training phase from the data set D. So this is indicating the earlier learned knowledge during the training phase. Additionally we are making the assumption into the system DC, the learned knowledge logically under with the new training sample xi. So it will produce the learning system produced by the learning system for the classifying the new data xi with respect to already gained knowledge DC from the data set D, which is following deductively. That is, which is provide you a minimal set of assertion based upon the inductive bias. So here it can be represented as B logically and with gained knowledge and with newly incoming test sample, which is follow deductively from this learning system which is identifying the class for newly incoming testing sample which is learned from the data set D. So the already using the existing knowledge of the learning system which is trying to identify the class of newly testing sample. The inductive bias make the learning system to justify its inductive inferences as deductive inferences. So here the inductive inference is uh, justified by using by justified as a deductive inferences using set of additionally added assumptions capital B, which is added here. So based upon this, we can classify the newly incoming testing sample by using the learning system perfectly. So the inductive bias of candidate elimination algorithm is the target concept C, so that is available in the hypothesis space capital H. So here we will use the inductive bias system to make the classification perfectly. This block diagram shows the model of deductive system and equivalent inductive system. Here, inductive system is given here with data set is provided to the inductive system using the candidate elimination algorithm model, which is taking the input as a testing sample here. So here the model is having the knowledge already learned during the training phase by using n number of training samples, so which is classifying the newly testing sample, or it may not classify the training sample. That is equivalent system is given here by using the deductive system. Here you see the data set is given, and data set means this is learned knowledge is given, and new testing sample also given, and additionally we are giving the assertions, that is some assumption rules. Okay, some assertions are provided to the deductive system. Then here it will classify the newly testing sample, or may not classifying the training samples, right? So that is the thing. So here the inductive system is not having additional assertions, but here the equivalent deductive system is having the additional assertions. The equal deductive system is called biased inductive system. Here the advantages of inductive bias system is it will provide you the generalized model. That means it will identify the newly incoming testing sample or unobserved sample perfectly than biased free or unbiased uh, hypothesis learning system. And inductive bias learning system is better than different learners in the concept learning like rote learner, candidate elimination algorithm, and finders algorithm, so which is better than these algorithms. Thanks for watching.